Kanye, I know you're like, yo, this is the real me. I'm off the meds. Take them. Being mentally ill is not an excuse to act like a jackass, okay?
Well, that aged nicely. Fast forward to 2022, and Kanye is publicly threatening Pete. Ever since Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson went public with their romance, Kanye has been making headlines with his antics. He first begged Kim to come back to him, claiming the divorce is off the table.
I ain't never even seen the papers. We not even divorced.
Wow.
So how we, because that ain't no joke to me.
Then he was linked to models Vinitria and Yasmin Lopez, and most recently, he's been trying really hard to convince everyone he replaced Kim with Julia Fox. And since Kim remained unbothered by all of this, Kanye started accusing her of keeping him away from their 4 kids. He recently went on Instagram Live to claim he wasn't invited to Chicago's 4th birthday party.
I wasn't allowed to know where her party was.
But sources close to Kim later said it was actually Kanye's idea to have 2 separate parties. One insider also told Entertainment Tonight that Kim doesn't know what to do anymore, and she's been overwhelmed and upset by Kanye's recent interviews and antics. Kim's main priority has always been their children, the source said. Her goal has always been to have a healthy co-parenting relationship with Kanye, where both of them are involved. But it looks like Kanye is making the whole thing super hard for Kim, and Kim's fans are now saying they're worried about what Kanye might try to do next. But as Charlemagne the God pointed out during a recent episode of The Breakfast Club, Kanye is clearly dealing with some issues, and he needs to work on himself and get the help he needs instead of complaining that the media is trying to make him look crazy.
I thought I heard Kanye saying that same verse, you know, don't call him crazy. He's not going to see his therapist, whatever.
He doesn't negotiate
with therapists. So listen, we can talk about mental health all day, but if people aren't willing to go get that help, and even more so, they're making a mockery of therapy and making a mockery of people who go out there and get help and say you don't negotiate with therapists, how much remorse can I have?
After all, Kim spent years trying to help Kanye, and all he did was disrespect and embarrass her in public. And given Kanye's recent antics, like begging Kim to come back and then flaunting his new girlfriend days later, or accusing Kim of keeping the kids away from him, is it any wonder she wants to set some boundaries?
If you set boundaries with a person and that person gets mad at you setting boundaries, it's a prime example of, that's why you need those boundaries. You know what I mean?
So why is Kanye acting this way instead of keeping things civil for the sake of his kids? Well, fans are convinced it's all because of Pete Davidson. They're saying Kanye is doing too much because he can't handle the fact that Kim is dating Pete, so he's now trying to use the kids to get back at her. From what I've read, he's allowed to see his children whenever he wants, but it has to be planned, one fan said. The problem is Kanye doesn't want to follow rules, and it's even worse since Kim started dating. I don't blame Kim, Kanye's cray-cray. And another person commented, the way he's acting, you would never believe he was holding a birthday party for his daughter the same day a few hours later. Kanye is out here trying so hard to make Kim acknowledge him. He is looking for attention and trying to make Kim look bad because his ego is hurt. He never thought Kim would have left him for real. Not only left him, but for a white guy who, in his mind, is a downgrade from him. And these fans probably have a point because judging by what Kanye said in his recent interview with Hollywood Unlocked, he's clearly still not over Kim and Pete's romance.
How you gonna bring me to SNL and kiss the dude you dating right in front of me? And everybody's like, oh, that's cool.
According to one source close to Kanye who spoke to The Sun, Kanye is upset because he's convinced Kim is controlling the media narrative around their divorce and faking her relationship with Pete. Kanye has been telling friends he still feels suppressed by Kim, even though they're separated, the source said. He feels he has kept a lot of things quiet for her, and he likes to speak his mind, so he feels suppressed. For one, he believes her relationship with Pete Davidson is fake, the insider continued. He believes the Kardashians make up storylines for their lives, and he's sick of it. This source also said that Kanye believes Kim chose someone complete opposite of him to upset him, and it pisses him off. And believe it or not, what apparently bothers Kanye the most is Pete's lack of style. According to the insider, clothes and style are very important to Kanye, and he's been telling friends he thinks Pete wears the worst clothes ever. He has been dissing Pete for dressing in clothes from the mall. He thinks it is affecting all the work he did with Kim, the source said, adding, Kanye felt like he gave her the world when he redid her closet and thought he was helping. He sees fashion as art and wanted to bring her into that world. But that's not all. Kanye just took his beef with Pete to a whole different level and went from dissing his clothes to publicly threatening him. On his new single featuring The Game called Easy, Kanye references his 2002 near-fatal car accident and raps, "God saved me from that crash just so I can beat Pete Davidson's ass." So how do Kim and Pete feel about Kanye's threats? Well, according to Page 6, Pete initially thought the whole thing was hilarious. However, it looks like he's now getting increasingly worried about his safety. The source also added that although Pete is used to press attention because he previously dated a number of high-profile women, being with Kim puts him on another level of scrutiny. The source also added that what's really ironic is that the whole craziness with Kanye last week has brought Kim and Pete closer. However, it now turns out that Pete isn't taking Kanye's threats lightly after all. A separate insider told Page 6 that Pete hasn't even been to Kim's house yet, and he always stays in hotels when he comes to visit her in LA. Pete has yet to be introduced to Kim's kids, and it's widely known that whenever he visits her in LA, he stays at a hotel in Beverly Hills, where she's been spotted with him, the source shared. Many fans are now saying Kanye's recent jabs are not a laughing matter, and some of them are even urging Pete to break up with Kim because you never know what Kanye might do next. Pete, run and don't look back. You date Kim, Kanye comes with it. Why get involved with that type of energy? One fan said. While another comment read, "This is going to get messy and destroy someone's life or career." And one fan on Twitter said she is seriously worried that Kanye is off his rocker and could actually hurt Kim and Pete. People on social media are also saying it's not Kanye who Pete needs to worry about, but rather his diehard fans who would do anything for him, maybe even hurt someone. Pete knows firsthand that Ye needs his meds. His fans may go after Pete, one person commented. Just recently, one of Kanye's stans approached Kim while she was leaving a movie date with Pete and shouted at her, "Kanye is better."
Yo, Kim, Kanye's way better. I'm not even gonna hold you.
And Kim's fans said this type of behavior is deeply disturbing because it just shows how entitled Kanye and his supporters are. One fan on Twitter wrote, "These stans are crazy, just like the person they stan." Well, it looks like these fans have a point because a source close to Pete recently revealed that Pete's worried about Kanye's supporters, so he decided to hire extra security. The insider told Radar Online that Pete isn't worried about Kanye, but he is concerned about the massive fan base that Kanye has, adding, "His devoted followers listen to his songs and act upon them. That's why Pete is now using security." The source explained that until recently, Pete never had security with him when he was out and about, even when he was engaged to Ariana Grande, but dating Kim is a totally different level of fame. Pete is now a superstar, which comes with a price. As much as he still wants to be low-key and hang with his friends, the reality of his situation has changed, the insider said, and added, "Pete isn't taking any chances. Whenever he is out with Kim, they use her security, but now Pete needs his own security when he is out alone. He is still Pete,